Hey guys, I'm Voylin and studying for the JLPT. It's probably a bad idea and you know it. Like, the JLPT itself is not a perfect test to test your knowledge of do you know Japanese? Can you understand conversations? Can you talk? Can you write your stuff? Yes, the JLPT does test your Japanese knowledge, but only on listening and, well, basically reading. It's all multiple choice, so studying specifically for the JLPT test with one of these books, it's probably not the best way to learn Japanese. Yes, these books are convenient. They really hold your hand through the entire part, through the entire journey to make you study Japanese. And for self-studying people, that can be kind of helpful. Because when self-studying a language, you are responsible for the next parts that you learn. And yes, you can use Anki courses and such, but a lot of people do this wrong. They use this to study Japanese with, and they will keep reviewing the same cards without adding any other cards by themselves. A lot of people, they just download an Anki deck and they keep using the Anki deck without trying to see those words into actual context. Like I said it many times before, one of the biggest problems with the JLPT test is that it's multiple choice. And as convenient as that may be to pass the test, it also means that a lot of people who pass, well, probably not a lot of people, but some people who pass the JLPT test can't basically function when they have to talk in Japanese or handle Japanese documents and such. It's very easy to pass the test without actually knowing Japanese. If your goal is not to study for the JLPT, but to study for knowing Japanese, then follow this advice. And I've said it many times on this channel before. Don't get stuck using only one resource. Don't get stuck using only books. Don't get stuck using only listening practice. Don't get stuck using only one application, by example. So Anki, as great as it is, it has limitations, so take that in mind. Use multiple tools, but that is only one part of the advice. The second part of the advice, also something I've said on this channel before, that is to get out of your comfort zone. Yes, it's easy to follow a book and it will hold your hand through the entire part of where you need to go, but it won't challenge you enough. It won't challenge your brain enough, making you learn a lot slower. Try to challenge yourself. Like, I know this is a very short video, but I really want to mention this once again because I went on Reddit for once and I saw a lot of people, well, on the Japanese subreddit, like Japanese studying subreddit, and a lot of people asked specifically how to study for the JLPT and not really for learning Japanese. The thing is, guess what? Studying Japanese, like, take this in mind, studying Japanese will also help you to pass the JLPT test because it's also Japanese. So don't study specifically for the JLPT test, study for learning Japanese. And I know a lot of viewers probably are studying for learning Japanese, but just take in mind, use multiple resources and try to challenge yourself. Don't get stuck with a book or with an application. Try to use something like News in Slow Japanese to get going learning more Japanese that you probably don't know. You can listen to the text and you can read the text to make certain that you know reading and listening very well. The speaking part is kind of, yeah, that's more difficult to learn. And one of the applications that I will personally really recommend, it is kind of paid, I'm not sponsored, will be Satori Reader. I personally really like that resource and it is a good way to get more into actual like listening, reading and trying to expand your knowledge, and the words that you don't know, put them into your Anki. Make your own personal Anki deck. That's kind of how you should choose it. If you want a pre-made deck though, I have a Anki deck called JP Study Buddy that you can download in the description. There is a small fee attached to it, but that is also because it took a lot of work to make. And I'm not saying that downloading ready-made Anki decks are bad. They have a place, but they should be used in addition to other resources, so you actually see the things that you're learning into real life context, like in videos, in podcasts, in texts that you're reading. Don't just focus on one tool. As great as Anki may be, it's not a wonder solution. As great as these kind of books may be, they're not a wonder solution. They are going to be limiting at some point, and at some point they will be too easy and they won't challenge you anymore. So what did we learn today? First of all, challenge yourself. Use more native materials. And second of all, well, basically don't get stuck using one resource. So that basically goes back to the first point of challenge yourself. Japanese is a difficult language, and even though I live in Japan and I've been studying Japanese now for 9 years, I still struggle in certain situations. Like, I can go to the hospital without too many issues. I can drop off my kid and talk to the parents at his preschool without any issues. But certain moments, there are these kind of conversations which are too specific and that I cannot like fully grasp what they're saying. It is difficult language, and the moment that you stop studying, it's kind of slowly going backwards if you don't use your Japanese enough. But yeah, that's it for this short video. If you found this interesting, leave a like, leave a comment with your advice to other people. But yeah, again, studying for the JLPT test, it's not a good thing. Study for learning actual Japanese. If your only goal is to pass the JLPT for whatever reason and you don't really want to know Japanese, then well, go ahead, just use books and you'll probably pass just fine, because the JLPT test, to be honest, it's not too difficult. It's just a multiple choice thing. And yeah, I know that's like a very broad aspect, like, oh, it's not difficult. It is difficult, but it could be more difficult if they would actually remake the test for one. I find the way that the JLPT test works right now, it's not very, yeah, I don't think it proves that you know Japanese. But yeah, that's my opinion. You can have your opinion, let me have my opinion, and I'll see you all in the next one. Thanks for watching, bye bye.